In order to make these classes as freely accessible to our participants as possible, we will be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury. And by participating, you assume the risk of injury that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that is suitable for this activity. For example, make sure that you move nearby furniture and other potential hazards. If you're participating in yoga class or class involves lying on the ground, you're recommended using a mat, or if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek appropriate medical advice and care as needed. William Mary Health and Wellness strongly recommends that each participant have an annual physical examination and follow the healthcare advice of your provider before participating. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get started in child's pose. Bring your big toes together, knees wide, melting your chest down towards your mat, relaxing your forehead down, just coming into your breath. Imagine all the stress or tension from your day or your week melting out of your head and into your mat. Spreading those fingertips wide. Pressing your hips further back towards your heels. Taking a nice, big, deep breath in. And exhale everything out. Knowing that at any point throughout class, you can always come back to this pose, child's pose, and reconnect with your breath. Rolling your shoulders away from your ears, starting to engage your core, and then walking both hands over towards the right, pressing your left hand on top of your right hand, opening up those muscles in between your ribs. Then walking both hands over towards the left, pressing your right hand on top of your left hand. Breathing space into your body here. Thanking yourself for coming to practice today. Coming back to center. Leaving your hands and your knees where they are. Start to come forward to swan, just bringing your hips down towards the ground, rolling your shoulders back. Charlie's stretching too. Then coming back into child's pose. Good, inhale, forward to swan. You don't have to come down very far. It's just really good to warm up your hips. Rolling your shoulders back. Imagine your feet could come touch your head. If you can actually do that, I'm very impressed. Then go back to child's pose. Last time, inhale, swan. And exhale, child's pose. Coming up to tabletop when you're ready, pulling that core up and in, trying to keep your core engaged throughout class today. Spreading those fingertips wide, pressing especially into your pointer finger and your thumb. When you look through your knees, you shouldn't be able to see your feet. They're right behind your knees. Then start to drop your belly, roll your shoulders back, looking up towards the sky for cow. And exhale into cat, looking towards your thighs, arching your back. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Coming back to that neutral spine, starting to extend your right arm and your left leg. Tapping your fingers and toes down. Inhale, up. Exhale, squeeze elbow to knee. Good. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, up. Exhale, squeeze. Keep going like that at your own pace. Just about 2 more rounds of this. Warming up your shoulder, core, hamstring, and butt muscles. Pausing in that extension. Try to hold super still for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Placing that hand and knee down. Going straight to the other side. Left arm, right leg. Tapping down. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Good. Inhale, extend. Keep going for about 3 more. Make sure you're really spreading your fingertips of your right hand wide, creating that nice firm foundation. Last one. Pausing that extension, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Placing your hand and knee down on the ground, crossing your ankles, coming back to a seat, sitting up nice and tall, rolling your shoulders back. Imagine that string, pulling your head up towards the sky, and then bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Coming up to center, and then bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Coming back up to center, bring your right ear to your right shoulder, and then look towards your right shoulder, stretching a different part of your neck here. Coming back up, left ear, left shoulder, and then look down towards your arm. Coming back up to center, look down towards your lap. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Very, very, very gently pull on the back of your head. And then inhale, open your elbows, look up towards the sky. Exhale, contract into that little ball. Inhale, expand everything, look up, elbows wide. Exhale, curl down. Last time, inhale. Release your arms up nice and tall, stretching towards the sky. Then tip over towards either side. Bring your hand or forearm down to the ground. Rolling your shoulders open, extending that top arm nice and long. Coming back up to center and then over to the other side. Trying to keep both hips planted on the mat. Coming back up to center, twisting towards the right, bringing your left arm across your right thigh. Back to center, twisting towards the left this time. Coming back up to center and then fold down over your crossed legs, rocking side to side. Then walking your hands back in towards you, extend your feet out in front of you, sitting up nice and tall, and then fold down over your legs. You can gently touch your toes or bring your hands next to your legs. Try not to fold too far because we're not quite warmed up yet. Coming back up to center, bringing your feet together, knees wide, sitting up nice and tall for butterfly. You can fold forward if you feel ready to do that. Walking your hands back in, bringing your feet out a little bit so now you have that diamond in your legs. Sitting up nice and tall, start to fold down over your legs. Walking back up to center, crossing your ankles, coming back into that tabletop, flipping your right hand over so it faces your left hand. The palm faces the sky, and then lean over towards the left. Coming back up to center, touch every fingertip to your thumb one by one, and go back the other way. Shaking out that wrist, and then place your hand back down on the ground. Flipping your left hand over this time, palm up, fingers towards your right hand, and then lean over towards the right. Coming back up to center, touch every fingertip to your thumb. And go back the other way. Shaking that palm out. Placing your hand back down. Now with your palms still on the ground, face your fingers towards your body. And then rock forward and back as much as you want. You can pause anywhere. You can pause at the back a little bit and like roll your fingers up and down. Stretching out your forearms. And coming back to center, you can shake out each wrist a little bit, move it around. Just making sure our wrists are nice and warmed up. Coming back into that tabletop, keeping your knees and your hips where they are. Just start to walk your hands forward. Bring your forehead down to the mat for happy puppy pose, warming up our back here. Pressing your shoulders down towards the ground. This pose is great for so many things, for releasing your shoulders and your back. It helps improve digestion, and it can help relieve anxiety. Then start to walk your hands back in, up to tabletop. And then we're gonna start working our butt a little bit. So I like to come down onto my forearms so I'm not putting so much pressure on my wrists, but you can definitely stay up on your wrists if you would like to do that. Then start to extend your right leg out behind you, tapping your toe down, and then inhale it up and exhale down. Good. Inhale up and exhale down. Keep going like that, really trying to engage your core. I threw my dog's toy, and I think he's a little bit stupid because he didn't know where it went. Trying to lift up and out of your shoulders. Really focusing on where your hamstring meets your butt muscle. On the next one, bend your knee at the top and start pulsing up and down. Nice, slow, kind of bigger pulses. We'll do smaller pulses in a second. Trying to pull your core in so that your back is one straight line. You're not dipping down too much. And then hold at the top of that pulse and pulse it even higher. You can point or flex your foot, whatever feels better to you, or you can switch in between. Just really keeping that foot engaged helps to make the exercise more effective. And then start tapping that knee down on the outside of your other knee. Then bring your knee back up towards the sky. Good, so you're going to tap down and kick up for that donkey kick towards the sky. Going to do 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Bring your knees back down and then bring your hands down to the ground. You can always come up onto your knuckles so that you don't have to put weight in your wrists. Then you're going to start opening out for a fire hydrant and close. Good. Open for a fire hydrant and close. Getting into that side hip. Spreading those fingers wide, lifting up and out of your shoulders. Last 3, last 2, and last 1. Coming back down, we have 1 more exercise and then we're switching legs. Start to tap your right knee to your right elbow, hold it there, and then bring it across to your left elbow and hold. And then extend it up and back. Good. Tap it to your right elbow and hold. Left elbow and hold. Then up and back. 2 more of those. To your right and hold. To the left. And then to the back. Last one. Hold it, really squeeze it to your right elbow. Try to get it even higher than your elbow. And to your left elbow. Then back. Releasing that knee down, coming back down onto your forearms. Left leg back, tap your toe down, and inhale it up. Try to keep your hips square when you lift your leg up, so you're not opening that left hip up towards the sky, but you're really using that hamstring and butt muscle to lift your leg straight up and down. Even if you can't lift your leg as high, sometimes having better form is more important because it helps you utilize the right muscles in a safer way. Keep lifting for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you get to the top, bend your knee, pulse higher and down. Good. Kick up and down. Keep going for 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top, pulse that leg higher. Hopefully you're starting to feel the burn in your butt and your abs, maybe your arms too. Keep pulsing for 3, 2, 1, and then tap that knee down on the outside of your other knee. Lift it up for that donkey kick. You're going to tap across and up. Last 2. Last 1. Coming up onto your hands, opening out for that fire hydrant, and back down. And open up and down. Really trying to engage your obliques when you lift that left leg out to the side. This should be almost just as much of a core exercise as it is for your side hip area. Let's do 2 more. Then we're going to bend that left knee to our left elbow, maybe your left tricep if you can get it there. Then bring it across to your right elbow. Then kick it up and back. Good. To your elbow, to the right, and to the back. 2 more. Bring it to the left. Bring it to the right. And then to the back. Last one to the left. And to the right. And then to the back. Bring your knees down, tucking your toes under and pressing back to downward facing dog, pedaling out your feet here. You can shake your head yes and no. Release your shoulders away from your ears. Coming up onto your tippy toes on an inhale. And exhale your heels down. Good. Inhale up. And exhale down. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Looking forward towards your hands, start to step your right foot through in between your hands, coming down onto that back knee. I always like to release my hip flexors after I do exercises like that, because your hip flexors are what get really tight, and then they can inhibit doing other exercises as well. Because it's really interesting how many muscles actually connect through your hip flexors. It can make your lower back tight and your hamstrings tight. Bringing both hands up to your thigh. Keeping that right arm on your right leg. Extend your left arm up and over. Coming back to center and then clasping your hands behind your back, rolling your shoulder blades back. Try to notice which way your thumbs are right now so that when we go to the other side, you can interlace your fingers the other way. And bringing your hands down to the ground, pressing back to half splits, squaring your hips. Try to lengthen your spine and fold a little deeper over that front leg, releasing your hamstring. Then coming back to that low lunge, tucking your back toes under, we're gonna press off that back foot into a grounded warrior three. So your hands are down and your back leg is like straight behind you. And we're gonna come down into a little squat called Kundalini's descent. You basically bring your knees together and like curl up in a little ball. Then extend back into warrior three. Then back into Kundalini's descent. Then inhale up. Exhale, squat. Inhale and exhale. Last time, extend and bend. This time, extend both legs, placing that left ankle behind your right ankle. So your right leg is the one that's in front and your legs are crossed. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold down over your crossed legs. You can nod your head yes and no. And then releasing that cross of your legs, step your right foot all the way back to low lunge. So we're switching sides. Staying here for a second, really broadening your collarbones, pulling your heart through. Then bringing your hands up to your thigh. Keeping your left arm on your left leg, extend your right arm up and over. Coming back up to center, clasping your hands behind your back. Try to do the opposite way. If you forget, it's totally fine. Releasing that, coming back to half splits. Straightening that front leg, flexing your front foot towards your face. Lengthen your spine, especially that lower spine tends to round in half splits. So try to really like press your back down towards the ground. Coming back forward to that low lunge, tucking your back toes under and pressing up into warrior three. You can bring your hands like a foot in front of your foot. Then coming down into Kundalini's descent, the squat thing. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, bend. Good. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, bend. Last time, inhale, and exhale. This time when you straighten your legs, place your right foot behind your left foot this time. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Releasing that cross-leg position. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, one vertebrae at a time, coming up to standing. Here is the last thing to come up. Inhale, your arms out and up. And then tilt over towards the right. Bring your right hand down to your right leg. Coming up to center. Bring your left hand to your left leg. Coming up to center. Bringing both hands to heart center. Closing your eyes here. Rolling your shoulders back. Feeling your feet connected to the mat. That micro bend in your knees. Your core is engaged. Your pelvis is tilting underneath you. Shoulders are rolling back. Relaxing your face. Relaxing your eyes, your eyebrows, and your forehead. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, deep breath out. Start to open your eyes. Inhale your arms out and up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, stepping back to plank. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press back to downward facing dog. And then coming down, you can kneel down on your feet or you can cross your legs. We're going to come into our arm section of class. We're going to extend our arms out to the sides, really roll your shoulders down and back, and then start to come into some little baby arm circles. You can go to either direction because we're going to switch. Really imagine your collarbones are broad, your shoulders are rolling down and back, like your shoulders are going, your shoulder blades are going into your back pockets. And then switch directions of your circles. Keep going for 3, 2, 1, and then do little pulses up and down. Good, and then you're going to cross your arms in front of you, then extend them out, cross them over the other way. Keep going like that, keeping your arms nice and straight. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming into C shapes, drawing those C's in the air. Really rotating your pinkies underneath, feeling how that like extra engages your triceps at the bottom. Last 3, 2, and 1. Extend your arms out, and then you're going to bend your hands in and then extend them out. So like the top of your arms are staying exactly where they are. Last 3, 2, and 1. Bend your elbows together in front of you, placing your hands and forearms together if you can. Then start pulsing up and down. This is called prayer pulse. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're going to open your elbows out and then close them together in front of you. Try to touch your whole forearms together. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Keep going like that. Last 3, last 2, and last 1. You're going to go all the way to the top of where you were pulsing and pulse higher. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing your arms, and then you're going to press your arms up behind you and let them come back down to your hips. Good. Press up and down. Really feeling that tricep engage at the back. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top, pulse higher. Try to lift your arms even more up. Keep going for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Releasing that, taking some shoulder rolls towards the front of the room. Try to really exaggerate the movement so you're taking really big shoulder rolls. Then going towards the back. And then making sure you're not going to hit anything with your hands, taking some nice big circles towards the front of the room, nice and slow. Then towards the back of the room. Increasing our range of motion here. Last one. And then stretching that right arm across your body. Keep that right shoulder down. Then stretching your tricep, bring it up behind you. And then try to reach for that hand behind you, binding your hands together, or maybe grabbing onto your shirt. And switching sides, bring that left arm across. And then stretching out that tricep. And then reaching behind you with that other hand, trying to bind your hands together. Releasing that, you can shake out your arms a little bit, move however you want to release all those exercises. And then we're going to come down, lying down on our mat, coming into our ab section. So we're going to start with a movement that's a bigger range of motion, warming up our abs. So extend your arms out over your head, and then very slowly roll all the way up to touch your toes. Good, and then roll back down. Keep going at your own pace here, really making this a stretching exercise. So when you get to the top, really try to stretch down as much as you can so that every time you're stretching a little further towards your feet. We're going to take one more of these. Then rolling back down to your mat. Lifting your shoulders off the ground, interlacing your hands behind your head. Just start to crunch up towards your knees and come back down. You don't have to crunch up very far, just feel those abs engaging. Keeping your elbows wide. Imagine you could fit an apple or an orange in between your chin and your chest. Last two. Last one. Bring your knees over towards the left and keep doing those crunches. Moving on to working our obliques here. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch right over to the other side and keep crunching. Still keeping those elbows as wide as you can. Last one, and then bring both legs up towards the sky. And then we're going to bring our right leg down to the mat and then switch legs. So it's really big scissor kicks here. You can put your hands underneath your butt if that helps keep your lower back on the ground. One more on each side. And then coming into littler scissor kicks, smaller range of motion, a little bit faster. You can have your legs anywhere that you want. The higher you have them, the easier it is, and it's more of a challenge if you bring your legs closer to the ground. And then opening your legs out, crossing them over, open them out to the sides, cross them over the other way. Okay, these are actually scissor kicks. The other ones were flutter kicks. I always get those confused. This is working your inner thighs as well as your abs, especially your lower abs. Bringing those feet back down to the ground. This exercise that we're about to do might feel like you're doing nothing, but it's really good for activating your lower abs. You're going to slide that right heel out on the floor. And you're going to bring it back in, placing that foot down, and switch sides. Slowly slide that left leg out, then bring it back in, placing that foot back down, and switch sides. Really pulling that lower core down towards the ground. This exercise is really good for your lower abs and also for your pelvic floor. So extra bonus right there. Last one. Bring your hands behind your head, crunching up. We're going to bring opposite knee to opposite elbow. Go back down and switch sides. These are called knee to elbow crunches or cross crunches. When you cross, really engage your obliques to pull yourself over to the other side. Let's do one more on each side. Last one. And then extend your arms over your head, keeping your lower abs completely, your lower back completely connected to the ground. And then bring your arms up, and then reverse crunch your knees to meet your elbows. Extend back out, keeping your abs really engaged. Bring your arms back up, crunching your knees to your elbows. We're going to do two more of these. Last one. Then we're going to come up into a plank. I know that's probably not the most fun thing, but it's really effective for your abs. And then we're almost done, and we're just doing like a few more stretches after. So you're basically done, and you definitely got it. Bringing your knees down to the ground. First, you can just hold either like that or with your knees off the ground in an elbow plank or forearm plank. We're going to keep holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then bring your hips up a little bit so they're out of line of that straight plank position. Bring your hips over to the right, coming up to center, and then over towards the left. These are so good for your abs. Again, lifting up and out of your shoulders. You don't want to dump your weight. A little pause at the top so you're not moving with momentum, but you're moving nice, slow, and controlled. Let's do one more to each side. And then coming into side plank on that right, either forearm actually. You can step that top foot in front of you. You can stack your feet. You can have your knees down. I'll do it with my knees down today. We're going to extend that top arm up, and then you're going to pulse your hips up and down. Keep going for 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to dip that hand underneath you and then extend it back up. We're just doing these same 2 exercises on the other side, and then we're done with all of the exercise part of class. So I have a lot of faith in you guys. Last 2, and last 1. Coming straight to the other side. We don't need breaks over here. Remembering any of those leg variations, I'm going to do my knees down on this side again. And pulse your hips up and down. Keep pulsing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to start crunching that arm underneath, then bring it up to the sky. Good. Crunch it underneath, really engage your abs, and up to the sky. After this, we're going to lie down. So just look forward to lying down. Last 3, last 2, and last 1. Lie down on your mat, pulling your knees into your chest, rocking side to side. Putting your hands on your knees, taking your knees in little circles to release your lower back. And then going the other way. Extending your arms and legs out in opposite directions, releasing your abs here. Then bring your arms and legs wide. This is really called Starfish Pose. Just completely relaxing here. And then bringing your right knee into your chest, rocking your knee from side to side. Holding on behind your thigh, extend that leg up towards the sky. And then try to reach and crunch up and grab your calf. And then maybe grab your foot. So you're really crunching up towards your leg. You can pull your leg in towards you, getting a little bit of a deeper stretch. Then hold on to the outside edge of your right foot, coming into half happy baby, releasing your shoulders back down to the ground, bringing that right knee towards your right armpit. Your foot is like it's making a footprint on the ceiling. Then bringing that right knee across your body towards the left for a twist. Coming back up to center, hugging that left knee in towards your chest and rocking it from side to side. Holding on behind your thigh, extending that leg up towards the ceiling. Then crunching up to grab onto your calf. And then maybe to touch your foot. Pulling that leg in towards your body, trying to keep your right leg out extended long on your mat. Holding on to the outside edge of your left foot, coming into half happy baby. You can press down on that right leg with your right hand to remind yourself that that leg should be super engaged and extended. And then pulling that left knee across your body to the right for a twist. You can extend that left arm wide and look past your fingertips. Coming back up to center, extending both legs up towards the ceiling. Point and flex your feet here. Then taking some ankle circles. And then going the other way. Coming into full happy baby, grabbing onto the outside edges of your feet. You can wrap your peace fingers, so your first two fingers, around your big toes, then extend one or both legs if you want. Bending your knees again, bringing your feet down to the mat with your feet together and your knees wide. Bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your chest. You can close your eyes if you would like to. Feeling that breath underneath your hand. Really thanking yourself for making this time for your mind and your body today. When you're ready, you can start to extend your arms and your legs out long on your mat, releasing your shoulders down, taking up as much space as you would like to. You can rock your head from side to side, shaking your head no slowly on your mat to release your neck. And coming into stillness, knowing that all your hard work is done. All you have to do now is relax in Shavasana. Slowly starting to deepen your breath, wiggling your fingers and your toes, stretching your arms over your head for one final full body stretch. Hugging your knees into your chest, rocking side to side, rolling over onto your right side. Pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Taking one more twist here. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, twisting towards the right. Bring that left arm across like we did at the beginning of class. Coming up to center, twisting towards the left. Bring your hands back up to center. Bring them down to palms to heart center, rolling your shoulders back, closing your eyes. Thank you so much for coming and practicing with me today. The light in my heart honors and cherishes the light inside of each and every one of yours. Namaste. Thank you all so much for coming to Yogalates today. I hope you liked it. And I hope to see you next Tuesday for Yogalates again. I also teach on Thursdays, and that one is Vinyasa Yoga. If you are interested in that, it's at the exact same time. And I'm going to stop there.